Hello, happy early morning, 4:53 a.m. on Friday, October 18th. I don't know what I'm doing awake right now, but we got some stuff to talk about. We got Nestor in the Gulf. It's really starting to come together now, despite some shear wind it's dealing with. It's upper level winds that are cutting through the storm apparently, but it doesn't really have much area to go besides through the Florida Panhandle. So that is the going track as of today. It's pretty much the same as yesterday. We see some of this Boeing effect going on from the back end of the jet stream moving in, which is why this is going to flatline and kind of come right through Mexico Beach, Panama City area, with the front end of it, the east end being the strongest, going all the way down towards Tampa, probably even parallel with Lake Okeechobee we talked about yesterday. All right, we're getting the voice back. So we're looking at some of these rain totals here. You can see some 5 to 7s as this thing gets right in towards Mexico Beach, right in that pocket we were talking about yesterday, and it's going to kind of go sideways right through Georgia, South Carolina. By the time it gets to South Carolina, it does have potential for some wind effects. The rain will die down, but then it's actually going to extend over into the Atlantic part of the ocean, and we'll see that in tropical tidbits in a moment. I want to show you the energy still pulling up from the Pacific Ocean all the way across Mexico into the southwestern part of the Gulf right now before this thing starts taking off and heading towards the east end of or west end of Florida, that is the Gulf side. Current temperatures right now, I want you to show you this because of the jet stream model that we have, and I'll get to that right now. You can see right here, the storm is currently right in this area now. So it's going to be coming this way. You can see the back end part of the jet stream here is going to be kind of nudging that along with it, allowing it to shoot up into the states if need be. But it's going to be in the Gulf a little bit longer. This back end is going to come and clip it and bring it right across Florida. Now, on the back end of this, you start seeing some of this moisture. That's another system we're going to be talking about. You can see it here on this GIF screen. This is snow, guys. This back end here is snow. The Northwest is going to be getting hammered this year, I think, just based on the poles and stuff like that, the low and high pressures that are all over the North Pole in that area, some shifts up in that area. We'll get into that as time passes, but you can see down here in the beginning, Nestor, as Tropical Storm 16 comes right across as that back end of the jet stream kicks it up. So I want to show you guys that with hurricanes and or winter storms, the jet stream is very much in control of where these storms go. It's almost like a force field. High pressures are force fields. Low pressures are the storms themselves. And this is a front end low pressure system, which usually means by the end of the jet stream, the front end is rain, back end is snow. Now, we're going to see this thing coming towards the U.S. I'm going to show you right here. Let's see if we got this. There we go. So we got Nestor down here. You're going to see the east end of it showing where it's really going to highlight Florida in that Gulf area right there. They're expecting damaging winds. In fact, let me read this real quick to you guys so you understand where we're at right now. This was an 11 o'clock update, so you can see the areas that are covered right now. Tallahassee all the way down to Fort Myers. So that's past Tampa, past where we thought it would be, just underneath Lake Okeechobee, actually. So let's see here. We got watches and warnings. Tropical storm warning is in effect for Mississippi, Alabama border to the Okeechobee River, Florida, Green Isle, Louisiana, and the mouth of the Pearl River. So this is extending about 700 miles of the Gulf Coast, all the way from Louisiana down toward maybe closer to 800. When we get down towards Fort Myers, you got to measure the entire coast here, kind of get a diagonal line, and then estimate a little more. So we could be pushing 900 miles, to be honest. Let's see. We got this east of Okeechobee River, Yankeetown, Florida. Tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the area, generally within 48 hours. So we're talking the next day and a half. They're talking about a Saturday morning landfall, quote unquote. You can see right here, landfall would be more of a hurricane term. This is a tropical storm. It's not going to have that defined eye like we always see, but 7 a.m. Saturday is the going time for this thing to really start affecting Florida between the Friday night, 7 p.m. into it's about a 24-hour period right there, or 12-hour period right there. So you want to give it like 6 hours when it's right about here. That's when it's going to be affecting multiple states at a time. And then as we get closer to Florida, it'll be more of a Florida storm. And then we'll be talking about South Carolina, parts of that east coast of Alabama. We'll see how much this thing packs a punch with the shear wind going on right now. So with that said, let's get back to what I was talking about. Oh, check out this track here. So they're expecting once this thing cuts across Georgia, and then South Carolina, possibly clipping North Carolina, gets back out into the ocean, and then is there long enough to form and then just get boom. It like shoots north, and that's the release of the jet stream I was showing you before. That down dip, the up dip, and then down dip again. Down dip's coming across now. Up dip's coming across to allow this to go right through the panhandle, and the back end's going to kick it out and kind of lift it up and shoot it right into the northeast possibly. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this storm even after Florida and the southeastern states. Now, one other thing I wanted to show you before I let you go on this early morning, Let's see, we got the lightning going on, definitely an energized storm. Talked about the jet stream, got the GIF. Current temperatures for the Great Lakes. This is what I want to talk about. There's a big system coming across. We just showed in the upper west there. This is going to be a central plain storm, and then probably die out and become rain by the time it gets to the Great Lakes. But some of these temperatures might bring snow to some of these areas come the 26th, give or take. So we'll check out tropical tidbits again. Again, there's the east side of Nestor right there. As we move forward into the 20th, 21st, check this low pressure system out. This is what we just showed with the GIF, back end snow, front end rain. And then once we get to the Great Lakes, look at that expansion of the wind field there. Now, the only thing we have going for us is I checked some of the temperatures in that area, and they don't seem to be going much below 35 degrees. So that would keep the snow out of the area, except for high level areas. Yeah, so upper level mountain areas, you got a couple in this area, but lake effect snow could be possible, bringing it down another 6-7 degrees. You could see some heavy wet snow, stuff like that, but chances are this is going to be just a rainmaker, but pretty broad wind field, and it kind of cuts right up here through the middle of Pennsylvania and New York and down through West Virginia as well. So, excuse my voice, guys, sorry. So that's something we're going to be looking out for. That's a pretty, that thing's about the size of half the United States when it comes to one low pressure system. That's pretty big, with a back end high pressure kind of pushing it up back into Canada. This area is pretty interesting. And then next week when I was talking about the 26th, check this out. A little room for change here, but too close for comfort right now. Boom, right there. Straight line winds coming straight up the northeast all the way into Long Island. It looks like it's really bordering Long Island right there. Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut. So this is something we're going to be looking out for depending on temperature change. We've got a little bit of a dip in the jet stream there, which could bring cooler temperatures. You never know with these types of things. This could turn into a nor'easter. It could be a spot storm. It could be one of our first winter storms in the Northeast. We don't know yet. So it's there. We're going to talk about it as days go by. But with that said, guys, that's Nestor for you. That's that new system coming in from the northwest. And it's an early morning video, so I should have 2 or 3 out today. Still expectations, tropical storm, nothing over Category 1. But it is packing a punch, guys. Even with the shear winds, it's got nowhere to go, but right through the panhandle, and that looks like where it's going to be. All right, guys, have a great morning. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.